Hi, Tanya from Created Health, Nutrition and Fitness. So for those of you that don't know, this is part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1, please go back and find part 1 and watch part 1. We're talking about the pathophysiology and biochemistry of nutrition in regards to GLP-1 and its actions within the body, seeing there's so much talk around it. So we got up to talking about appetite suppressant, and this is curbing those cravings and emotional eatings that GLP-1 does. Now, it's just not GLP-1 on its own. There is so much attention focused just on that one enzyme, but there's a hormone, I should say, but there are other hormones and enzymes within the body that work with this satiety, because the body isn't we shouldn't take, I suppose what I'm trying to say is we should not take a reductionist approach to looking at our body, because our body isn't just a brain or just a digestive tract. It's alive, it's moving, it's growing, it's in unison, it creates homeostasis on a continual basis, and things are always moving and changing depending on our temperature and whether we've eaten, what our hormones are doing. So it all dovetails in together. So you can't take a reductionist approach when it comes to our bodies and our health. You need to look at it from a holistic point of view. So remember to like this and subscribe if you want to keep getting important information. So let's not take a reductionist approach to the human body. So what are these 4 hormones that are important for helping with creating satiety, curbing our food cravings and our emotional eating? So GLP-1 is one, which is really important. The other hormone that is important is PYY. So PYY is a peptide YY, and it is made up of 36 amino acids that are gut hormones, and they're released by the L cells. And I spoke about the L cells in part 1, so pop back into part 1 if you want to find out about L cells that are in the gut. But these are really important, and the L cells release the PYY, and the L cells are found in the distal part of the gut and in the colon. Following food intake, they are released. Now, this is really important. I know I'm talking a lot about digestion and gut, but because we know this is found in the colon, this is really important for the health of our bowel flora and our bowel health. Some people suffer with polyps. Some people have a family history of bowel cancer, and this is why these hormones and these enzymes are really important for our health, our general well-being, and our health, particularly our bowel health. The other hormone that is involved in satiety is CCK. Now, CCK, this is vital. It's found in the gastrointestinal tract as a hormone and also a neuropeptide. So before, I've spoken previously in other videos about the biodirectional communication from the gut to the brain, from the brain to the gut, and CCK is a gut brain axis hormone, and it actually stimulates the gallbladder to contract, and it also stimulates the pancreas to secrete enzymes and release the enzymes that promote satiety. So really important hormone for satiety. And leptin is the other number 4. So we have GLP-1, PYY, CCK, and leptin. Now, some of you may have seen an old video I did probably 10 years ago on sleep and appetite, and I spoke a lot about leptin and the balancing seesaw act that leptin and ghrelin do for satiety, and how that's connected to our sleep, which is another offspring of digestion and health and promoting satiety as well. So leptin is actually produced in the adipose tissue, which is really very interesting, because a lot of people think hormones are just, just in one part, but they're in many parts of the body. And leptin has long-term regulation of our energy production, our appetite, and our body weight. So it helps with balancing out our body weight. Now, leptin actually sends signals from the hypothalamus. From the hypothalamus within the brain. And the hypothalamus then reduces hunger in the body and increases our energy expenditure as well, and this happens when our fat cells are nice and full. So leptin's really important for that as well. What else did I want to talk about in regards to that? Because there was something else that I felt was really important to mention in regards to all of this, because there's so much. The GLP-1, another important thing when it comes to the satiety and the job of GLP-1. It activates the hippocampus within the brain. So leptin is the hypothalamus, GLP-1 is the hippocampus in the brain. Now, what this does, this regulates mood. So it's really, GLP-1 is not just about regulating blood sugar and weight loss. It's about our mental health and our mental well-being, because it regulates our mood and it down regulates anxiety. So it's really important to make sure that our GLP-1 is nice and balanced within the body, because people that have a low GLP-1 will find that then increases their levels of anxiety, and this is the gut-brain communication again. So really important to make sure that GLP-1 is balanced within the body. Not only is it regulating anxiety, but it has a lot to do with our cognition, the health of our cognition, as well as neurodegenerative diseases. And there's been a lot of research around dementia, and particularly Parkinson's disease and GLP-1. And this is where with Parkinson's, GLP-1 is actually helping to increase the motor and cognition symptoms within Parkinson's disease. So really, really important to understand that. And also another thing I wanted to mention, because with some of these hormones, they're not just coming from one part, but they're coming from lots of different organs within the body. Like I mentioned earlier, how DPP4, what it does, it breaks it down. This DPP4 is found in many organs within the body, and therefore, because it comes in kidneys, it's found in the kidneys, it has a lot to do with renal impairment. People that suffer from renal impairment, this is a really important enzyme for them to know and understand. People that, because it's found in the heart, people that have heart failure, cardiovascular health issues. This is where this enzyme is really important. People that have liver issues, because it's found in the liver, your toxicity within the liver is important. People that have pancreatic issues, this hormone is really important. So you can see that we can't take a reductionist approach to the body, and that everything balances and everything works in unison with each other. But I just really wanted to talk about GLP-1 because there's so much talk about it being just for weight loss, and it's not just for weight loss, and everything needs to be in balance, and everything needs to be working in synergy with each other. Now remember, if you'd like to work with me, please reach out. I would love to help you with your health and your well-being. Remember, you can reach out to me on any of the platforms or contact me directly. I'm Tanya from Created Health, Nutrition and Fitness. Your health is your wealth.